Dating, that's our next topic. It can be a numbers game when it comes to looking for love. One journalist was so ready to find a match, she went on 30 dates in 3 days.
Wait.
Check it out.
Today is the day that I start my journey attempting to go on 30 dates in 3 days. I have 22 on the books, so I need to try to get 8 more dates, so hit me up. Well, I'm ready to go on date 3. This guy looked nothing like his photos, and he looked at me like I didn't look like my photos. I look like my photos, bro. Thank you. Next. It's the last date of the night on the first day, date number 9. All right, fingers crossed he's my soulmate. Day 2, I had 9 dates yesterday. I have 9 today. I am just leaving my lunch date with Alan. There were sparks. Have you ever had a date on camera before?
No, and I don't know where to look.
I'll let you know how the date goes after. Day 3, day 2, went to the Farm Art, had a good time, and I met a really hot olive oil guy who I might go on a date with later. I am talking to the last guy, but he kind of like did the fade away. I think what I learned through this experiment is maybe that what I'm looking for right now might not be a boyfriend. I think there's someone out there for me. I just don't know if he needs to be there right away. This was 30 dates in 3 days. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Gabi joins us. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, of course. Dates are fun.
So, but 30 dates in 3 days,
Well,
were
they
you
were
exhausted?
Yeah, I was very tired.
I mean, those are quickie dates, though. I mean, your schedule was impressive. It was
Yeah.
either an hour or an hour and a half per dude, per date.
Per date, yes. But you know what? At the same time, I think first dates don't need to be really long. I think an hour for a first date is a really good hack because if it's not going well, you have a way to leave. And if it is going well, you make an exception and you look cool.
Obviously, at the end, you didn't really find love. Is that fair to say?
I did go on a handful of second dates. There was one second date where I thought I felt something, but actually it was during an earthquake, so that didn't work out.
Yeah. I felt the earth move literally.
Literally, and I was like, there's still no spark. And it really sucked because we had really good textual chemistry.
So you're still looking for love?
Well, actually, after all of these dates, I was still on the dating apps, and I ended up going on a date with a guy. And yeah, we ended up going on 3 dates in 3 days, and we are still dating today. So it's a new relationship, but I think I credit the experiment for it, for sure, because I think, you know, I needed that to get back at how to be good at dating, and I learned so much from it.
What advice would you give in terms of what was the easiest atmosphere? Because you're obviously having coffee dates, you're having beer dates, because the hardest decision a lot of us have is not so much who we're going on the date with, but what do we do on that first date?
These were all pretty like easy, casual dates, coffees, hikes, walks, a stroll in the farmer's market on a Sunday, which was really nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I always offered to pay, and I meant it because I do believe that if you're the one who like suggests to go somewhere, you should be ready to either split or be able to pay. But I think first dates should be casual. They shouldn't be a 5-course meal. Because then you're falling in love with liking the atmosphere as opposed to
Well, and I think
the
when
date.
you're a busy professional, it certainly makes sense that maybe you would truncate these dates for time efficiency, but just some words of caution in terms of sort of speed dating in general. You start to focus more on the things that are more salient, like, you know, things that are more easily accessible, like their age, their height, their looks. Really, it's hard to kind of get from a profile, even if they have really great stats. Do they make me laugh? Like, how do they make me feel when I'm with them? Like, you don't get that quite as much. And I think speed dating, it's hard to figure that out, those types of contextual things that make a relationship really crucial.
But
Yeah.
you should know in 4 minutes, I think. That it's like in 4 minutes, you know if you're attracted to someone or not.
I have to say, as the OG, when I was the Bachelor, I'm serious.
Yeah,
It was
30,
in the
right?
first night I met 25 people.
Oh my God.
And it was intense, similar to 30 dates in 3 days, because it's not like you spend every waking hour going on dates, but you have to make really quick impressions and decide if there's chemistry.
Yeah.
And
Have you done any speed dating?
What do you think the 60s and 70s were all about? Yes.
Every day of his life.
Well, Gabi, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank
and
you.
we hope that your current relationship is a great one. If not, whatever comes your way.